We might even get lucky and see some deer when we get on the other side of the bridge.
I was looking on my way like the whole way here, and like all season I've been seeing them out early, but I don't know if it's just starting to cool down. They're sitting a little longer.
Big deer on this road.
Yeah.
You can't get any hunting permission, but there's some big deer.
All these.
Okay, you ready to rock?
Sure.
All right, Beer Leaguers, we're here, episode number 4 of the Beer League Outdoors Walk and Talk podcast. Introduce yourself, young man.
My name is Kyle Espinola, born and raised in Toronto, now live in Peterborough, 39 years old.
What part of Toronto you grew up in?
I grew up in Little Portugal, Dufferin College area.
No way.
Yeah.
That's a long way from Peterborough.
It's a long way from Peterborough. It was a huge change.
Yeah. Okay, so you grew up in Toronto. You go to like elementary school, high school in Toronto?
Everything.
Really?
Yeah, I lived in Toronto until I was about 28 years old.
No way. I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, and then my daughter's mom was from up in Peterborough.
Okay.
And we decided to move up here after we had my daughter, and I haven't gone back since. I love it.
So my dad grew up in Toronto too, in Little Italy.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and then they had a cottage in Keswick.
Okay, yeah.
So my dad is city guy.
Yeah.
And my mom grew up in Peterborough. Crazy, eh?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know kind of like what you did. And now, my dad hates the city.
Yeah.
Not a city guy at all, lives in Port Hope. And my mom, who was like a farm girl, cut hay when she was 13.
Yeah.
She lives now in Toronto in the Bluffs.
It's crazy how they switch.
They switched, and I don't know that she would ever move back this way.
Honestly, now that I'm out here, it's like I could see myself moving further north and further away from the city.
No way.
I
like visiting the city.
Same. Like I don't mind going down there to see family or friends or go try a new restaurant.
Yeah. Or like I'm also like to go to Front Street and spend the day. And
I go down for Jays games and Leaf games all the time and stuff like that.
Yeah. I like going to the restaurants and pubs and meeting people and. But I do like city life, as in stopping for a visit. I don't know that I could ever live down there.
It's busy. There's always something going on. It's fun and it's exciting. And growing up as a kid down there, it was great because there was always something to do.
That's right. You don't have to worry about what restaurants open.
Yeah.
You can order something after the bar.
Any time of the day. And then, my dad's in the bar industry. So.
Oh, really?
Got to know a bunch of people in that. So networking through that was... friends had bars. My dad had his bar, so it was like weekends when I was younger. It's kind of crazy, but it was, Thursday, Friday, cool. Saturday was bar hopping and.
Yeah. That I'm a big Anthony Bourdain fan, or was a big Anthony Bourdain fan.
Yeah.
So I kind of like that, bar. Nightlife, restaurant business, I think that's pretty cool.
Oh, it was like I said, it was great, and I worked in the industry, so I basically got paid to have fun. And
you meet a ton of interesting people.
Meet so many people, and some people I'm still in close contact with to these days, and
no way.
Everyone's married, has kids, but we still hey, how's everything going?
The restaurant business is one of those ones where people come and go.
Yeah,
a cook's in, and then the cook's moving on to a new place, but somebody else cool comes.
Yeah.
And everybody's got this adventure in the story, and it's a cool life.
Yeah.
So growing up in the city, how'd you get into hunting and fishing? You're big into hunting and fishing?
So big into hunting and fishing now. My uncle and my grandfather always hunted, but we were always too young and not allowed to go.
Gotcha.
Fishing, we had a cottage up on Head Lake.
Yep.
So fishing was always something we got to do, and I always looked forward to that. Me and my cousin, who you met through the basketball series there, we'd jump out in the paddle boat and we'd go out and fish and catch our smallies and our perch.
Yeah. It's amazing how simple it is when you start and how much you love it.
Oh, and that's the thing. When I moved out to the Kawarthas, it was a whole different style of fishing.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we came from a hard bottom lake.
Yep.
Almost set up like a Belmont, where it was very, very rocky, sandy, and you had very few weed lines.
Yep.
Whereas now it's like a fish rice lake, you fish your pigeons, your buckhorns, and you're swamps. It's just oh wow. So we grew up throwing spinner baits, crank baits. You can't really do that up here. There's some areas
there is some areas, but not a ton of spots.
Yeah, that's all we used to know.
That's really interesting.
So my daughter's mom's grandfather actually was the one who kind of took me under his wing, and he showed me how to You know,
So-
he's like, you got to start using soft plastics. And
I kind of have a similar story. And so we spent a lot of time on the weekends at Lake Simcoe.
yeah,
And my father liked to ice fish.
yeah,
But he wouldn't take me because I was too little. And I think that the more he wouldn't take me,
yeah,
the more I wanted to go.
yeah,
And I can also tell you that fishing was the first thing I could beat him at. And I saw how much that angered him.
yeah,
And I enjoyed that. So I think that I fished and fished and fished and fished first to get better than him. But
Yeah.
then when I was better than him, I was like, all right, we're going next level on this, right? And
Yeah.
I think that like the competitiveness and all that, from being competitive with him, because he didn't like to lose.
yeah,
And he'd really turn it on. Like, I do remember a moment when I was about 15 where he was no longer buying lures for me.
yeah,
Like, if you can catch them, you can buy them.
yeah, yeah.
Right? Like, figure it out.
Yeah, it's like I basically got my competitive from all the sports I played. I've grown up, played hockey, baseball, soccer.
You still play sports?
I still play sports, but what got me into tournament fishing was the competitiveness of it.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I'm out there to have fun and a good time.
Yeah.
But I also like to win.
I like to win too.
So for me, yes, don't get me wrong, going out on a Friday, Saturday, and just fishing for the day is great.
yeah.
But just that rush of you got 8 hours
Yeah.
at your 5 biggest to, figure it out. And every day is different.
You fish the Bass Brawl. Speaking of 8 hours, we
Yeah.
fished Bass Brawl series this year.
Yeah.
You only get 3.5.
Yeah.
I thought it was incredibly hard to figure it out in 3.5.
Oh, it definitely was. Yeah.
Like in an 8-hour tournament, you can spend a couple hours
Oh,
making mistakes and figuring it out.
And you can run a lot further.
In 3.5 hours, you need to start catching right away.
Oh yeah, and like I've actually brought that up to my cousin a few times. I'm like, let's just get 5.
Yeah.
Let's get 5 right away, and then we can work on our size.
Well, and
you run into
that
a
won't
big
work
one.
to you. That won't work in an 8-hour tournament
No.
because 5 doesn't mean anything.
No,
You need
exactly.
5 big ones.
Yeah.
But then if you look at the stats this year, you might have done all right if you had 1 big bag.
Yeah.
In 6 events, you just got 5 okay fish.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, yeah.
So that's the one thing I kind of noticed with the Brawl series is that a lot of guys, if they only have 2 or 3, they don't want to weigh in.
Yep.
And I get it because it's only your top 5.
Yeah, yeah.
But if everyone had weighed in every single time,
It would have been way different.
it would have changed the whole point system.
I like that. I like that you have to get them right away.
Oh,
And if you get like 3 quick,
And
you're in the lead.
And it's not only that, it just like, it takes the pressure off. Like the worst thing I found for me this year, especially in these little tournaments, is when there's an hour left and you only got 2 in the box.
Yeah.
Because now you're like, okay, I got to go hit this hole. I'm going to hit this hole. Where you've caught them before, you got history there.
Yeah.
But you're only going there because you know that's where you've caught them. It doesn't mean they're going to be there.
No.
But you're scrambling, and then you're trying to, oh, I've caught them on this before, so let me try it again. And you just get into this repetitiveness instead of thinking outside of the box or, what are they actually doing today,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right?
I found the tournaments. So when I like to fish fast, and that doesn't always work.
Yeah,
Does anybody who watched the Beer League series about it? Marley likes to fish slow. So when
Yeah.
Marley was there, we fished a lot slower. But I think that, like, and I hate to say this, and he probably won't watch this podcast, but I think he was right. You just need to put the trolling motor down
and
in
cover.
somewhere you know where there's fish, and spend no time running around.
Yeah,
You kind of just got to grind it out.
exactly. My thing is to fish fast, find where they are, and then once you find them, then I'll slow down a bit. But-
I don't want to slow down ever.
No,
That's my downside.
so
Yeah. I just want to go.
School tournament, for instance.
Yeah.
I haven't fished that lake in 6 years.
Okay.
It was just one of those. We're going out on a whim.
Yeah.
Called a buddy. Said, "Hey man, give me a pointer. Tell me where to at least start."
Yeah.
Went out there. We were trolling into the area and just caught one on a chatterbait. I was like, "Oh, okay." Threw it out again. Caught another one. It was like, "Oh, we're onto something."
Yeah, yeah.
We sat there for an hour and a half. We had our limit.
No way.
And it was
Who got
a
stopped?
decent. We had a decent limit, and then we lost 2 big ones that would have probably put us on at least in the money that day.
Yeah.
But
When did you get into tournament fishing?
just 2 years ago,
How long would you say that you seriously bassed fish before that?
a year, 2 years.
Yep,
Like
really?
I did a couple little tournaments. Well, they're not little. Like I did the Anchor Bay with a friend of mine,
Yep.
and a couple little like rice lake opens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I had no idea what I was doing. I was just going out there.
How did you get interested in it? Like, did you watch the Elite Series? Did you?
Oh yeah, I've always kind of watched, Sunday mornings, Saturday mornings in Toronto. Wake up early, and before practice or after practice, I would throw on the old, back in the day, what was it, TNT?
TNN. The Nashville Network.
Yeah.
You know what? TNN played such a big role in my life. So my dad quit hunting when I was born.
Yeah.
Or shortly after. I only went groundhog and went hunting with him a couple times. I thought that was a whitetail right there. It's not safe to say.
Yeah.
But I watched a ton of TNN Outdoors, which meant Realtree,
Primos.
Buckmaster,
Yeah.
Primos.
Yeah.
Like,
Same.
that's how I learned about Jim Shockey.
Bill Dance.
Bill Dan, Orlando Wilson, Roland Martin. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to Lake Okeechobee with my red ball neoprene waders.
Yeah.
And wade in there with a balloon and a shad.
Yeah.
And catch 10-pounders.
That
was a good. You know what? Roland Martin was so ahead of his time.
Yeah.
To think in like the 80s and early 90s, he was doing stuff that kids were going or people were going to recreate 20, 25 years down the road on YouTube.
Yeah.
Right? Like he was so far ahead of his time.
And it's unfortunate that Scott had to deal with what he did this year, but I think Scott's also.
I think Scott's bigger than Bass.
Yeah.
Right? I think Scotty Martin will be just fine.
Oh yeah.
I think that guy is top of the pool when it comes to business.
Yeah.
He's the only one too, so I don't think you can do hard sales like they did in the 90s where they were like, this is the best lure of this will catch you more fish. I don't think that
now there's so much competition though, right?
Well, I think that we're past that. Like
now with
as consumers,
yeah.
If somebody gets on there and they're like, you have to have this lure, it's the best lure ever. I think that a lot of consumers are like, but, and I don't think you can have a TV show like that. I think those days of the 22-minute infomercial fishing show to buy fishing products.
The banjo minnow.
I think those days are over.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when Scott does it on his vlog, I don't feel offended.
Yeah.
Like I'm all right with Scott doing this because that is Scott.
He was
it doesn't upset me when he sells home security and mattresses.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, okay, well, it's like Scott probably needs a pretty good sleep. I trust him.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting in that way.
Yeah.
So what else do you like to do? If you get when you're not hunting and you're not fishing, you're not playing sports, what do you like to do?
I like being creative. I like building stuff, trying to figure
That's what you do for a living, right?
I'm a contractor, yeah.
How'd you get into that?
My grandfather was basically a woodworker.
Yep. So like a family history.
Yeah, basically a family history of, woodworking in the shop, helping him fix the odd things in the house.
Yep.
We'd build a deck at the cottage. I'd be one of the first kids to be like, oh, give me the hammer and the nail. Let me cut that. Let me try this.
So you've hung out with me enough to know that I am the least handy person in the world.
Yeah.
Like I stained the podcast studio, and that was a big accomplishment.
I think you did a great job on that.
So when I was a kid, I wanted no part of the farm of like building stuff.
Yeah.
But I was very interested in doing all the animal stuff. Like I really liked working with the cattle.
Yeah.
I really liked the fact that we had horses and my grandfather would take me. We would go to every fair and I would pet every draft horse. That was our jam, right? We liked draft horses. And so I wasn't really into building stuff, but I can feel like the passing it down because I was really into like cattle and genetics for cattle and why that cow is better than that cow.
Yeah.
And why, right? So
did you guys have dairy cows or was it all beef?
All beef. The limousines, purebred Herefords, a little bit of Charolais.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we get a short-horn bull. So cattle, beef cattle.
Yeah.
In fact, my great uncle would say that we weren't farmers, we were ranchers.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're from Bridgenorth.
Okay.
So I have lots of family history on like Chemung Lake. I'll tell you an interesting story. The first time Marley and I ever cast a check, we finished in third place at Top Bass event. And we went to Fife's Bay on Chemung Lake.
Yeah. After
catching no fish till about noon. And the only reason why we went to Fife's Bay is because when I looked on my map, GPS, my grandfather had built a cottage in the 60s on Fife's Bay because it was down the road from our farm.
Yeah.
And that's where my mom. So I was like, hey, I at least know where that is. Let's go fish it.
Let's go try it, yeah.
And Marley flipped under a dock and caught a 5.9.
Jeez.
and we got sixth place. First check I ever cashed in like an actual Saturday Sunday series.
Yeah. I've yet to cash a check in a fishing tournament. I've been close so many times.
It's hard.
It's so tough. But like,
Well, I think that people at home
I think that's
don't realize how hard it is.
Yeah. And for me, that's like the drive is like,
Yeah, you want to
it's
win.
not easy.
It's not easy.
You can't just show up and win. Like, you could pre-fish the
Yeah,
lake
yeah.
as much as you want.
But I think that the people that like, if you never fished a big tournament, and a big tournament doesn't have to be the elite series. Like,
No. Yeah.
there's lots of
Even
guys.
your local.
There's lots of guys in Ontario who
Yeah.
could fish the elite series. When it comes down to financials and time, and like, it's not easy. But a lake by yourself, you get to go everywhere.
Yeah.
You take 100 teams of the best anglers in Ontario. Nobody's there who doesn't think they can win,
Oh yeah.
right? Like, the entry fees are too much to be like,
I always tell myself I'm going to win.
well, you have to, or
Yeah.
there's no point in being there.
Yeah.
But by the time you go to your first spot, your second spot, somebody's already fished.
Yeah.
Your third spot, 5 people have fished.
Yep.
Because there's like,
There's only so much
they
water.
know where the fish are.
Yeah.
Right?
There's only so much water to cover.
No. So by the time you like, it used to really irk me when I was younger, and people were like, well, I was at Rice Lake last Saturday and I killed them.
Yeah.
Well, there was 99 less teams.
Yeah. And
Right? And you
that
got
was
to run around.
And that was last week.
Yeah. So like, if you're new into tournaments,
Yeah.
it's hard.
It's definitely
Like,
hard.
you're not just going to show up and be Kevin Van Dam,
No, absolutely.
right? You're
It's-
going to like,
Time and experience and everything. And I was actually on the phone with a friend today talking about how, like, just between last year and this year, fishing these little local tournaments, I've already learned so much.
Oh.
And then with forward-facing sonar, that's also helped me learn because, like I said, I didn't really. We go on a paddle boat, cast a worm on a hook sometimes,
yeah.
and that's how we fished. Now it's like everything's got to be artificial. You got to figure out what stages they're in their migration,
yeah, where they're moving to,
where they're moving
coming
to,
from.
what they're feeding on, what colors work on what lakes.
Yeah, that is true, because you don't get them on the same baits
No,
throughout the year.
yeah,
They don't always hit moving baits or minnow
Yeah.
baits or jigs.
no, exactly.
They don't always take frogs.
Yeah.
Like, that's a hard part in the 3.5 hours of what bait are they going to catch.
Yeah,
And as bass fishermen, we don't go in with 5 baits.
no.
There's 500 choices.
Oh yeah,
Minimal.
I'm the worst. I usually got 10 rods on my deck ready to go because
Right.
I just don't even know what I want to throw.
But
in.
of those 10 rods, there's
Yeah,
10 and like not even 10. There's a million different color choices
oh yeah,
and sizes
oh yeah,
and weights
Yeah.
and line and what hook
and
you use.
all that affects
Yeah, everything.
if you're going to catch them or not.
And like, I always think in my head that it is so hard to win a tournament. Like, if you come in from a big tournament, 20 teams were 1 fish away.
Oh, absolutely.
Another 20 teams, a fish jumped off on them.
Yeah, broke off or something. Yep.
10 teams on the way to the tournament, something happened, like blew a tire, or it just didn't. I really think sometimes that if you wake up at 4 in the morning to go to your event, everything has to go perfect till 3 o'clock. Mm-hmm. Can't lose any fish.
Yeah.
Can't make any mistakes.
Oh, 100%.
Pick the right row of docks. I remember
feel-
we did really well on a top bass event one time. We had maybe 12 pounds, and Marley and I on the way back, one dock called 3 times with half an hour to go, and went from 12 pounds to 18 and change.
Yeah.
Totally lucky. I don't even know that we'd ever fished that stretch of docks before.
And sometimes, like, I've said that too, is like where you've used to fish and where you used to catch them, throw that all out the window
Yeah.
on those days that you can't catch them, and just go try new water.
Try new water. Just throw like a line in the water.
Yeah.
Like, there's baits like a jig or a Senko or
Yeah, you can fish anywhere.
a rattle trap.
Yeah.
If there's good smallmouth, pretty hard to beat a jerk bait.
Yeah.
Like, even if you don't catch them, you see them, follow your bait.
At least you're locating, and then you can pick them apart from there, right?
Yeah, like I think that it's just complicated. It's
Yeah.
a lot more complicated than people think it is, and I think that that's the big thing I like about sharing about fishing. I don't know that I want everybody in the world to go fishing next weekend.
No.
I want people to respect fishing and how much work it is. And
Yep.
all right, a little bit of technical error there. The cap on the truck zoomed in on us. We're good. Okay, so I was talking about how I didn't want everybody in the world to start fishing next weekend, but I certainly want them to respect the sport and how much work anglers put into fishing. And then I asked you, how'd you get into hunting?
So I got into hunting back to the old TNT days.
Yep.
So like I said, my grandfather and my uncle used to always do all the hunting, but I was always too young.
Yep.
We weren't allowed to go. And then once I moved up to Peterborough, I had my PAL already and my PAL. And I guess PAL is PAL.
Yep.
But firearms license and my PAL. And I asked a buddy who I met through work when I was working at Coco Paving, and his girlfriend's family owned a farm.
Okay.
And they gave me permission, and it started with turkeys. So
turkeys is a great introduction. It's exciting.
Oh, so
they
much
call
fun.
Back.
It's
edge of your seat.
It's actually like my favorite thing to hunt.
You can run and gun. I like that part of
I like the running gunning. I like the adrenaline of the fact that you can communicate with the birds and they call back to you.
I like that part.
Not always, but
most of the time you can get something going.
Yeah. But
deer. So I didn't even want to hunt. I listened to Joe Rogan a lot. Joe Rogan got into.
there was one in that back corner. But
Joe Rogan got into archery through Cameron Haynes. While I was listening to that, I always felt an immense amount of pressure fishing because everybody was watching the channel.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to get a bow and I'll just shoot targets.
Yep.
And it was really relaxing.
Yeah.
Then I went and got my hunt license. Hunting was going good. I was having fun. And then I saw one giant buck on my camera and basically ruined my life. Like, just became so addicted to cameras and deer and scents and tricking deer. And like, it's not just about like seeing deer or shooting deer for me. Mm-hmm. It's about learning.
Yeah.
And
my favorite part of hunting, especially deer, is the scouting.
I like the prep work as much as I like.
I love walking in the woods for miles upon miles and finding trails and bedding areas. Find out where they're feeding, what they're feeding on, why they're feeding on it. Pulling back and letting an arrow fly or pulling the trigger, that's the easy part.
Yeah. I find it like the disappointing part because it's over.
Well, it's over, and that's when all the real work starts.
Yeah, right.
But the fun, exciting, is the scouting, the preparation, the getting cameras,
Yeah. Learning about deer.
Learning about deer. And now there's so many, outlets out there to learn and educate yourself.
I think a big part of it too was when I was a kid, like young, my mom used to drive from Port Hope to Trent University. She was a sheet metal worker.
Yeah.
And every night when she got home, she'd be like, I saw deer in the field. Like, it was a big conversation. And even though nobody hunted, hey, there's some deer. Like, it was a big deal to see deer.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like in
when we were driving to our cottage, it was like, oh, there's a deer. I wouldn't know where to start.
No.
Same with turkeys, right? It was always like, oh, and everyone used to say when I first got into turkey hunting, my family who didn't hunt, they'd be like, oh, how do you not get them? Like, there was 30 in the field yesterday. It's like, yeah, but they're smart. When you're actually in there and you're hunting them, they're wise and they're spooky and they're...
What do you think so you get all your stuff, you get in your tree stand, you've done some prep work, first season, what do you think the biggest disappointment was?
The first disappointment is I didn't shoot a deer for the first 3 years.
Okay.
And that was when I was only allowed to go out through the gun hunt.
Yep.
We basically party hunted this one property.
Okay.
And I'm not a selfish person. I was more like, guy dropped a doe, let's go, let's fun.
Yeah.
Guy shot a buck, let's go get it. I was excited to learn.
Yep.
But I will never forget the moment I killed my first buck.
Yeah, it's exciting, eh?
It was the craziest morning of my life. So a guy was sitting behind me. I heard bang, bang. Waited about a half hour.
Yep.
Figured the hunt was done. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just get down from my tree stand. I'll go help him get the deer.
Yep.
Or the 2 deer. Whatever happened, right? I didn't have his number, so everyone's texting each other and they're going, "Did you get him? You get him?" I'm like, no, but I think someone behind me got him. And I was just about to crawl down my tree stand, and I'm afraid of heights. So
I don't like heights either.
That took me about 5 minutes to do the whole spinorama, get ready, climb down. And I think I took about 1 or 2 steps, and I heard something slush across the little creek. And I'm like, oh my God, my heart just started racing. And I I like sit back in my seat as quietly as I can, and out 40 yards from me pops out this little buck.
No way.
And I was like, oh my God, there's actually a deer.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually a deer right there. And it was like my weak side. So to spin around to get the shot,
Yeah.
and being scared of sitting in a tree
Yeah.
to begin with,
Yeah.
I was like wrapping my leg around the trunk. I probably looked like a hot mess. I wish I had a camera.
On that. That's funny.
So-
I know that feeling. I don't like tree stands either.
And I didn't even know what to do, really. I was just taught to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So did the whole, hey, whistle. He was walking away from me, quartered away from me. I shot. I hit him in the back ham. He ran about 80 yards, hopped
Okay.
over a fence, and just gave me another opportunity. Took a shot, and I dropped him. And it was like just one of the most, like, I don't know, exciting moments of my life where it was just like, oh my God, that just
Yeah.
happened. And like all the excitement just came out of me. And I was like, I think I yelled. I was like, whoa.
No way.
And everyone's like, I heard you from 200 yards away. Like, you're
That's funny.
so loud.
So the first time I was ever with anybody who shot a deer, my buddy Adam at deer camp shot a giant 11-pointer.
Nice.
He probably shot it 20 minutes before shooting light ended.
Yeah.
I heard the shot go off. I read the group text where he was like, he's down. I was so excited. I packed my camera gear up. I started across the field. 15 minutes left.
Yeah.
I was on the phone with my other buddy. I got halfway across the field and I looked up, and from me to the truck away, there's a buck standing there looking at me. Right? I didn't even care. I was
Yeah.
like, hey, get out of here. You get to live. Like, there's already one down.
Yeah.
I was so pumped.
Yeah.
It took me 7 seasons to shoot a buck. It had to be 8 points. It had to be at least its rack wider than its ears.
Yeah.
I think that I had passed on so many deer. I had seen so many deer that when I shot that bugger, I really wasn't that excited, nervous.
Yeah.
Like, I'd been through this so many times.
Right.
To be honest with you, if you watch the video that's on YouTube, I let him turn his head so I wouldn't mess my mount up.
Oh.
That's the,
Yeah.
I've done this so many times that's the level of confidence I was at. And I don't remember my heart racing. Right? I do remember when Dave got there, I was nervous because I had gone out and looked for blood.
Yeah.
And I didn't find any.
Yeah. So you go.
And I didn't want to, I was like, ugh. Like, I didn't want to wound him.
Yeah.
And then Dave came to help me, and David mentored me a lot, and Dave had helped a lot. I'm glad that Dave Bairstow and I got to share that moment together.
Yeah.
I went and got my truck. By the time I got back, there's this part in the video where I say that I saw him run between 2 cedar trees wobbling.
Yeah.
By the time I got back, because Dave was like, we're going to go together, David just looked there, and David already seen him.
He was like,
He never even kicked the leaves on the ground. He was probably dead running. I'd blown the heart and 2 lungs out of him.
yeah.
And like, at that moment, I think I felt just, the only real feeling I had was like a feeling of relief. Like, I'd finally
Yeah.
like done it. But it, like, also being, this isn't Idaho or Indiana or Kansas. You don't see 100 bucks a morning.
No, not at all.
Like,
You're lucky if you see 1 buck a whole year.
I am getting back to the disappointment. I think the most disappointing in my first couple hunting seasons is that if you're hunting in Ontario, especially on public land, you're right, you might see 1 buck a year for 3 minutes.
And
you have a decision to shoot it or not.
exactly. Yeah.
Right? I just never wanted it to end. So if you weren't bigger than, your rack wasn't wider in your ears,
Yeah.
there was no way I was shooting you. And every year that I went and I was going, there was at least 3 seasons where I was like, just shooting the first buck I see.
Yeah.
The night before we went to deer camp, some giant would show up on my bow hunting spot camera and I'd be like, nope, I'm not shooting anybody smaller than him.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
I've been moose hunting for
I've never been moose hunting.
5-6 years now.
Okay.
So my uncle used to be an outfitter out in Nakina, Ontario.
Okay.
He used to own Lower Twin Lakes Lodge.
Gotcha.
And we used to go at the end of the season when all the hunters were gone.
Okay.
So I used to basically leave at Halloween and come back like second, third week in November. So I basically had missed the prime rut.
Okay.
Which I didn't know any better because, like I said, I'm learning
Yeah, as you go.
as I go. And same thing, we'd be up at the moose camp and it'd be like, camera goes off, it's like, oh, buck. Oh, another
way.
buck. And then it'd be like, by the time I got back and would go sit there, they're all gone, or they were off to other properties looking for more does. You'd see the odd buck here and there, but
I think that like, I talked to one of these podcasts, like, I didn't catch bass till I really learned about bass, and then all of a sudden it was easier to catch bass.
yeah,
I think that as much as I had to wait forever to get a big deer,
yeah,
as soon as I got him, like that was the third year in a row. The 2 years before that, the deer I shot, I had him at 17 yards, broadside to me the year before, and I let him walk because I didn't think he was big enough.
yeah.
I expect to see deer now.
Oh,
Only because I understand the season.
Exactly.
I understand
And so
pinch points. I understand bedding to food.
now I've gotten to that where it's like, yeah, like the last few years I've passed on little bucks. I mean, I ended up shooting a little 4-pointer last year because it's all I had and it was getting down to the nitty gritty and I just wanted to fill my tag.
And here's the deal. I used to worry going into the hunting season by now that I wouldn't see a buck all year, and
Yeah.
I know I'm going to see bucks.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I
I like calling bucks.
I would say I went out 8 times last year. I saw probably deer 6 of the 8.
Yeah.
Whether they were within shooting range or not, that was a whole nother thing. But it was a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Okay, I got to be a little bit tighter to that trail. Or, you know, I played the wind wrong. Or, you know, the way, you know, thermals work. At nighttime, everything's dropping instead of rising like they were during the day.
Yeah, 100%.
You got to move your setup, or your access is a huge thing.
Before we wrap this up, because it's getting dark now,
Yeah.
one piece of advice for a new hunter going into this fall.
I'll take it.
No, you.
Oh,
what would you give them?
What advice would I give?
The first season, there's got to be somebody out there who just got their license. They're all super excited. What is the words of wisdom you're going to give them into their first season?
I would say you can't shoot the buck you see on camera.
Yep.
Learn what he's doing. Scouting, and access in and out of your properties is probably the two biggest points I could say that would either going to make you successful or not. I mean, it's different for everybody else. Like, I hunt public. I don't have any private. So for me, I'm always constantly dealing with pressure.
Yep.
So I'm constantly moving and trying to find new areas and figuring it out. So there's days where, yeah, I show up at the woods at 8 a.m.
Yep.
I'm not in a tree till 6
Yep.
p.m.
Gotcha. Yep.
Because
Figuring it out.
I'm looking for fresh sign, or I'm checking areas that I've seen or from fall scouting or winter scouting, know that there was deer in that area. And, you know, they're constantly moving because they're getting pushed from people.
Here's my piece of advice. Sit down and shut up. Right? If you see a buck at 400 yards away and you get it in your head to claw out of your tree stand and try to crawl towards him,
Oh, it's not going to happen.
you will make 5 steps down there and he
No.
will bust you and you'll never see him again.
Oh, no, that night
If you're
you sit
laying
there and
in,
wait.
against a tree and you
Yeah.
think you're going to belly roll
Yeah.
into the next valley,
Not a chance.
as a new hunter, and this is, I really started seeing more deer as soon as I took this to heart. I don't remember who told me this.
Yep.
Sit down and shut up is the answer to every plan while you're sitting there.
Yeah.
If you have a half an hour left, just sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah, you're not making
bad wind,
You're not making a move that night.
just sit down, shut up,
and
watch
educate
what happens,
yourself.
and you educate yourself.
Yeah.
You're going to learn more by sitting
Yeah.
down and shutting up.
And I've actually learned that from turkey hunting too. They always say, you want to
Oh.
move, wait that extra 30 minutes. And then after that 30 minutes, wait an extra 20. And
Turkeys can't gobble and walk.
Yeah.
They have to stop to gobble.
Yeah.
So I learned too, if if you heard a gobbler and he was getting closer,
Yeah.
and he's not gobbling right now, it's because the bugger's walking and he can't gobble.
yeah,
Right?
he's on his way.
He's on his way.
He's on his way.
I got busted at least 10 times in my life.
so many.
Because in that time I was like, well, he's not coming.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden here he comes.
I'm going to go get closer to him. And all of a sudden, yeah, you pop out and you're like, oh, he's 10 yards in front of me.
Yeah, like-
I killed both my birds this year. Same thing. I was doing midday intros, videos saying like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, little updates. And I literally look up and there's a red head 10 yards away from me. Thank God I had a big maple
Yeah.
that he walked behind. I was able to drop my phone and grab my gun and get on him quick. But
That's awesome, dude.
both times was just,
Well, my man, I appreciate you being on the Beer League team.
thank you.
This has been a great podcast, everybody. You can find the Beer League Outdoors episode YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, and Apple Podcasts. And I'm sure it's been on 100 other podcast websites too. Till the next one, have fun, my friends, in the outdoors or playing sports or whatever you're doing.
See you later.
See you later. Jordan, we're done. Brother. That wasn't so bad, and you were worried we wouldn't have anything to talk about.
I feel like I ramble though.
Ooh, coyotes are going.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. Donkey's going too.